Brain Myths presents Things Highly Intuitive People Do Differently. Do you ever reflect on a situation and consider how different it might have been if you had acted on your intuition? Your intuition is, in fact, that sensation. Whether you are aware of it or not, your intuition is forming your opinions and making your decisions. It alerts you to potential danger and assists in directing you through key moments in your life. The powerful but occasionally mysterious influence of unconscious reasoning in our lives and thoughts is starting to become better understood by cognitive science. A growing body of anecdotal evidence and sound research efforts indicate that intuition is a key component of how people interact with their surroundings and, ultimately, make many of their decisions. Here are some ways that people who are more intuitive than others handle situations differently. The top 15 characteristics of highly intuitive people are listed below. 1. They slow down enough to hear their inner voice. One must first be able to hear their intuition in order to pay attention to it. It's crucial to listen and move slowly. People who are intuitive are aware that in order for their intuition to function at its best, rest and recuperation are crucial in order to allow other energies to settle and diffuse. Since they tend to draw energy from within, they are considered introverts and thus don't mind finding a quiet place away from the busy world. It is simpler to connect with their inner voice on a deeper level in solitude and peace. 2. They put their gut feeling. The fact that some people actually pay attention to their gut instinct rather than discounting or doubting it is one of the main reasons why some people are more intuitive than others. This doesn't imply that every ache and pain necessitates drastic action, but intuitive people are aware that in order to take care of themselves, they need to pay attention to how they feel. Because of the enormous number of neurons lining the intestinal walls, scientists have discovered that intuition is often referred to as a gut feeling for a reason. Additionally, some experts contend that when it comes to making decisions, intuition and gut feelings are more effective and efficient than logical reasoning. And that doesn't imply that those who are intuitive disregard their capacity for analysis and critical thought. There is a difference between using reason to guide your decision-making and using it to dissuade you from following what your intuition has led you to believe is right. 3. They are observant, deep thinkers. You might assume that someone who follows their intuition doesn't require much reflection and introspection. However, the opposite is more accurate. They discover that keeping their values and fundamental beliefs in mind is very helpful. They are able to improve their intuition as a result, giving them better guidance. They will keep a close eye on their surroundings and the current situation in order for their gut to offer sensible and useful recommendations. They pay attention to details that others might overlook. Because of how alert and focused their minds are, they frequently have the ability to predict outcomes or avoid specific situations by following their intuition. 4. They examine their dreams. Most people only remember fragments of dreams they had just before awakening. A more intuitive person, however, will experience vivid dreams and be able to recall them with clarity. They also consider more than just, "Wow, that was a strange dream." They reflect on where that came from and what they can learn from it. Because intuition creates a connection between the conscious and unconscious minds, a highly intuitive person understands the significance of dreams. They are aware that their dreams may serve as a metaphor for their deeper desires and apprehensions. Additionally, they are aware that dreams may contain the answers to their problems or other sources of inspiration. 5. They have sharp emotional awareness. An intuitive person values the feedback their feelings offer, unlike many people who try to numb or suppress them. They are acutely aware of their inner thoughts and perspectives on themselves because they have a high level of self-awareness. They are aware that their feelings contain important messages for them and can shed light on the course they should take. They consider what a feeling is trying to tell them rather than just letting it pass. Number 6. They usually have an upbeat attitude. Intuitive people are better able to process any negative emotions that may arise from within before detaching themselves from them because they are more in tune with their feelings than most. They typically have a positive outlook on the future because they can quickly learn from their mistakes. Despite how gloomy things may seem at the moment, they are aware that good can come from bad and that progress can be made. Number 7. They are able to perceive the emotions and thoughts of others. The ability to understand what others are feeling and thinking is a trait shared by intuitive people. They effortlessly connect with new people frequently. They are able to provide advice and direction when necessary because they can put themselves in another person's shoes with ease. In other instances, highly intuitive people are able to connect with their inner selves and the universal characteristics of humanity, which makes it easy for them to pick up on other people's feelings and emotions just by paying close attention to them. Number 8, they have an easy time gaining people's trust. Intuitive people are well equipped to select the most suitable responses because they have such a strong sense of how other people are feeling. They are able to gauge how forthcoming someone is right away and adjust their behavior to move at a pace that suits the other person. They are very endearing because of their non-threatening demeanor. Number 9, they foster their creativity. People are more interested in the illogical aspects of art than the logical ones, which are harder for most people to understand. Whether it makes sense or not, musicians, artists, dancers, writers, and other creators all let their creativity lead them through life. They are pursuing their passions in actuality because they are aware of how their creativity makes them feel alive. For a highly intuitive person, no idea is out of the question, and this freedom gives their imagination and creative side complete freedom to imagine and create. They follow their minds wherever they want to go, which produces ideas and thoughts that are full of original viewpoints. Number 10. They manage their fears. Those with intuition are aware that their fears pass quickly. They should use fear as a signal to assess the situation and take the appropriate action because ignoring fear won't make it go away. They are aware that when they feel afraid, it is a chance to tap into their inner guidance for the best course of action. Number 11, they don't focus on the negative. When connected to negativity, intuition becomes difficult. People with high levels of intuition work hard to avoid sadness and negative emotions. Although they don't necessarily never become angry, they have a much easier time doing so than most people. Although they are aware of their anger, they let it go and move on rather than allowing it to fester. Particularly when it comes to grief or loss, people who have strong instincts tend to be the first to find peace with things. Number 12. They know how to flow. People with intuitive abilities gain a lot of self-assurance. In addition to being assured in their capacity to overcome challenges, this also enables them to approach adversity with a more laid-back attitude. These people don't cling to situations, whether they are positive or negative, because they understand that everything comes and goes. Instead, they learn to flow easily. Their great equanimity to deal with obstacles comes from this wisdom. Number 13. They feel and love deeply. People with intuitive abilities are extremely sensitive and open with their feelings. They are unrestrained in their expression. They are completely at ease in their own skin and don't feel the need to hide their human emotions. Their infectious openness makes it possible for others to be similarly honest. Most of the time, they do not have any expectations or demands, but are fiercely loyal and deeply in love. Number 14. They practice mindfulness. One can easily access their intuition by practicing mindfulness techniques like meditation. A particularly intuitive person probably practices mindfulness every day. Their intuition and sense of being stronger and more sensitive to the world is a result of these practices. They are able to better assimilate and process information thanks to it. By controlling mental chatter and weighing options objectively, one can ultimately come to a decision they can fully support. Number 15. They have a strong sense of purpose. Highly intuitive people frequently experience a strong sense of purpose in their lives, even though they may not be aware of what it might be. They are driven to move forward with passion in order to fully understand the meaning of this feeling because they believe they have a calling that they are destined to answer. Trust is the key characteristic that sets highly intuitive individuals apart from everyone else. People with high levels of intuition are able to trust themselves. Since many of us are still so used to thinking logically and rationally, we often ignore our own intuitive sense of what to do and opt for the safer course of action in many situations. But each of us has an inner voice that we can either choose to listen to or ignore. What do you think about the 15 different things highly intuitive people do? Do you typically follow your analytical thinking more than your gut instinct? Tell us in the comments section below. Share this article with your friends if you liked it to encourage us to keep writing them. To receive the most recent updates on your device as soon as we publish them, subscribe to our notifications for more articles like this. Thanks for watching.